Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nivashesha Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarane Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. It's been such an honor and privilege for me to serve as a member of Srila Prabhupada's GBC body for more than 20 years now. As a result, it's been a very difficult decision for me to step down from that divine service with immediate effect. I would, though, like to offer my profound appreciation for all GBC members who endeavor so hard and try their very, very best to both direct and keep Srila Prabhupada's movement united, using all their collective ability to achieve that. Their service is really quite remarkable, not least because as an international society, their service is very much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. Given their commitment and dedication, I'm sure that any mistakes would be considered most compassionately. For me, though, that's not something that I want to take for granted, as evidenced by these words from Srila Prabhupada. We have created these GBCs, so they should be very responsible men. Otherwise, they will be punished. They will be punished to become a Sudra. Although Yamaraj is a GBC, he made a little mistake and he was punished to become a Sudra. So those who are GBC, they should be very, very careful to administer the business of ISKCON. Otherwise, they will be punished. As the post is very great, similarly, the punishment is also very great. That is the difficulty. Getting decisions right is rarely easy. And when decisions like this one are further complicated by competing forces, it can become multiple times more difficult again. That being the case, a simple rule of thumb is to ensure that any decision we make is based on principle, integrity, fairness, as well as us being confident that it's not going to displease Srila Prabhupada. So in the ultimate issue, it's not about process. It's not about lobbying. It's not about pressure being applied by others. In the ultimate issue, it's really about ensuring that our decision-making is based on those principles of integrity and fairness, and most important of all, that it won't displease Srila Prabhupada. My sincerely held view is that the decision just taken by the GBC body does not satisfactorily meet those criteria. And as the GBC body also has a code of honor which binds each member to support all the decisions that the body takes, I really have little choice but to step down as a member, however painful that is for me. My understanding is, and I do not think the GBC would disagree, is that this decision was significantly influenced by lobbying, with some threatening to secede from ISKCON if the GBC did not acquiesce to their demands. However, anyone who chooses to leave ISKCON simply because the GBC, however belatedly, makes the right decision to disallow someone who has taken advantage of a minor for personal gratification to serve as Diksha Guru, then so be it. I certainly would not like to be in the shoes of those seceding from ISKCON whenever they have to explain their decision to Srila Prabhupada. Unfortunately, when someone succumbs to arguably the most depraved form of sense indulgence, I find it impossible to accept that anyone responsible for such behavior could continue to represent Srila Prabhupada's movement as Shakshatari, or as good as God. As Lord Chaitanya informed Ramananda Roy, as soon as the general public finds a little fault in the behavior of a sannyasi, they advertise it like wildfire. A black spot of ink cannot be hidden on a white cloth. It is always very prominent. Srila Prabhupada also spoke further about black spots. He said, people have respect for our movement. Now it is time for the GBC members to be very, very careful so that people may not point out any black spot in the behavior of our society, his society. Surely there can be no blacker spot on the white sheet of ISKCON than allowing someone who has so gravely blotted their copybook in this lifetime to continue to serve in the topmost spiritual role in Srila Prabhupada's movement. Srila Prabhupada often quoted the proverb that Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. He said, we are Vedic civilization. We accept a teacher, but they must be beyond suspicion. Just like there's an English proverb, Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. So anyone who is in the position of a teacher, he must be above suspicion. That is our first acceptance of teacher. We do not accept any teacher who is under suspicion. How he can be a teacher if he is under suspicion? Srila Prabhupada's words are so powerful, and they really underscore that this recent decision of the GBC was not sufficiently based on principle, the principles of integrity and fairness, and therefore it will not likely be pleasing to Srila Prabhupada, not least because personal interests and other interests are being put in front of Srila Prabhupada's movement. So as difficult as this decision has been, I'm confident that it's the right one for me to take. Again, though, I really do wish my GBC colleagues all the best going forward, as they really do endeavor to do the very best they can in the service to ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. Thus, I will continue to accept them as the ultimate authority of Srila Prabhupada's movement, a movement I hope and pray that I will be able to serve forevermore. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.